Welcome back everyone to more gameplay of Farm Manager 2021. And in today's video, I'm very much looking forward to witnessing some of the field work on these two huge new fields that we've got. For those of you who might not have seen our most recent video, we're now dealing with some of the items in the most recent game update, a major update for the game that, among other things, added some new food processing options to the game. We are growing wheat on both of these fields so that we can then turn that wheat into flour, which we can then take to one of the new buildings, the bakery, and turn that flour into bread. Now, we're a little bit of ways from actually being able to use these two buildings, one growing season to be exact. So essentially what's going to happen is as soon as winter is over, and it's only a few weeks from being over, and we'll skip by the remainder of it, maybe. We'll see how things go as we get started in today's video. But once winter is over, the wheat will be planted. We should have plenty of machinery for that, although you just never know, because now we have 3 fields, and I believe only 2 sets of equipment on most things. So they'll have to share a little bit. But we've got 2 fields. They will go ahead and sow the wheat, and then after that, they'll tend to the fields doing various sprayings and things like that for bugs and weeds and so on throughout the season. And then when it comes time to harvest, they'll harvest the wheat. The wheat will go here in the silo, and then the straw will go over in the barn. And then the wheat goes over to be turned into flour over here at the mill, and then right next door from the mill to the bakery, where ultimately it will become bread. Now, another major part of the most recent update is in regards to the market. So now flooding the market with one particular item and really overwhelming the supply-demand curve will cause prices to go down much more dramatically than they have in the past. I believe the magic number is 40% is how much the prices could decline if, again, you flood the market with too much supply and simply overwhelm that demand. So in our case, we're doing a lot here on this farm. We've got several different animals, from cows and pigs and chickens. We've got some goats. We're selling eggs and milk, and we've got fish over here. We've got lots of different things going on and a variety of products that we're selling, and things are going quite well. We've got a little over 13 million right now, and of course more coming in all the time. So I don't think we're flooding the market with any particular item. So I haven't spent a lot of time going into the market itself and following the prices as they go up and down. So that's not really something I'm terribly worried about. And I think we're perfectly fine in that regard. So what I have planned for today is I really want to see this field work get underway. As I've mentioned before, field work is not something I've spent a lot of time with in the previous game or to this point in this game. So both in Farm Manager 2018 as well as here in 2021. So I want to see the field work and see sort of the flow of things and how the employees are used, as well as the farm equipment. So with that in mind, we need to do a couple of things. But I am going to stay right here in this area. So we're going to do some building, but we're going to do it right over here so that we can stay in the area and keep a close eye on our fields. But the first thing we need to do is, it dawned on me that we don't have any training going right now. No training is underway. Now, most of the training that I really wanted to get done, we've already gotten done. So now we're at a point where we're just picking out things that almost just as a completionist thing to get everything done in here. And a lot of these things are indeed very helpful. However, in our case, we've got so much money flowing, we're not exactly hurting for money, so I'm not terribly worried about too much of this. Things like storage capacity, increasing that's always a good thing. And we'll definitely want to do that. Price of land, again, it's not overly expensive for us, so we're not worried about that. Now, I do like this durability. And you can see it does not take very long at all. So I think what I'm going to do is, let's just go ahead and get started on here. Now, when we skip the remainder of winter, that'll probably be longer than 7 days. But who knows? Maybe it won't. because we're getting very close to the end of winter. The end of winter is, yeah, there you can see, just in a couple of weeks. And we've still got some building to do. So let's go ahead and see what we want to get built. And I thought we would go after some of the animals that we haven't dealt with just yet. And we've dealt with several. All right, so chickens, obviously. Oh, the ostriches. There we go. I know exactly what I want to do now. Let's see. Large chicken coop. We'll have to unlock that one. A large ostrich farm. How big is that? That's pretty good size. Okay, so that gives me an idea. So before we get into that, let's go ahead and take our poor gravel road. Okay, let's extend it there, and let's go ahead and go on across. All right, so it doesn't quite meet up with our fields, but that's perfectly fine. We went right to the edge of our property with these fields to get them the absolute maximum size. So I think I want to put the ostrich farms here, but I don't have to, I don't guess. Because as I look at it, all of my storage for their food is going to be, as well as their products, are going to be right here in this area, which means that I kind of want their entrance to be as close to this area. You probably noticed that these things, this enclosure is very long, and there's the entrance here on the top side. You can see the white arrow up against the gravel road. I kind of want it to be right there, but I also need logistics and housing. So I think if I simply continue our grid right there, I can put logistics and housing right in this area, and that's probably our best bet. So let's try that. What about logistics? How big is that? Is that going to work? I think it will. I think that would just fit, and I mean just fit. Let's put the logistics right over here. Okay, so we got that done. And I'm not terribly worried about the housing. That should fit fine. And yeah, there we go. There we go. Now I can put down our housing, because we're definitely going to need housing. Probably just one. I'm guessing, what, 2 or 3 employees for the ostrich farm would be my guess. Let's go ahead and let's see. We have, what, 4 squares and 4 squares. Okay, so it's not really going to matter. So let's go ahead and put this. I'm going to put it right up against the edge. I don't know what else we would put here. Maybe another manure storage. Let's do that. Warehouses. Let's go ahead and do another one of those right here. And let's see if there are any others that we might want to put down. We've got everything else right here in the area. So I think we're okay. Yeah, let's go with that for right now. And then we'll leave this area open for more housing, or who knows what we might get in the future. Now, I will let you guys know I am getting close to the end of the things that I had planned to do in this series. So I know we still have maybe a few animals that we have not dealt with. But overall, we've done a lot, especially now that we've gotten into the field work. So if there's anything that I have missed that you guys really wanted to see me do, then by all means, let me know. Because it's entirely possible that I have forgotten some things that I had originally planned to do. All right, let's go ahead and place down the ostrich farms. And there we go. Perfect. Just enough room for 2 side by side. We'll see what we do with the grid here. You can see it's already looking a little off anyway. But we'll see what we need to do there. But let's go ahead and get our employees. And of course, here we're going to be looking for employees who are good at dealing with the animals. So let's see. We've got animals. And again, I'm not even going to worry about their cost or anything. All I'm looking for is whether or not they have the animals. So let's go ahead and put it in. I'm assuming employee housing number 22 is the right one for us. 3, 4. Let's just do 4 right now. I'm not sure how many we need just yet. Okay, so these are being built. Let's go ahead and skip the remainder of winter. You can see it's not very long. That'll get our training done and some things. So let's go ahead and skip that. And besides, I really don't enjoy seeing everything covered with snow. I enjoy all of the colors that come with the different seasons and all the textures on the buildings and so on. So yeah, let's get back to that. So let's go ahead and fast forward. Let me go ahead and do some training here while we're waiting. So let's get everybody fully trained. Now we didn't get any perfect employees here. I didn't find anybody with both animals as well as the strength and the any of that. All right, so this guy's already done. Okay. All right, so we've got 4 employees ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward here. Now, the next question is, I'm not planning on selling any ostrich meat. So I'm not planning on getting into slaughterhouses or anything like that. So do we have... Oh, yes, we are just within range here for the vet. That means that we got a couple of options here. I could simply buy all the ostriches I needed for the enclosures. And okay, there we go. Let's slow time down. Again, you can see the work being done here. It looks like it is time to sow the fields. So these guys are up and running. Now, eventually we might want to get some bigger equipment. Maybe some of the big butt equipment if we can find it in the game, so that these guys can work these fields a lot quicker, because this is a small working area for fields of this size. But they're getting it done. All right, so we can fit 30 animals and it takes 2 employees. That is perfect. So let's go ahead and do that first before I forget. All right, so we're going to end up with, what was that, 1 extra person? Yeah, we'll have 1 extra person. We'll have to take care of that here shortly. Okay, so ostriches. No other option here, so it's definitely got to be an ostrich. And it seemed like to me we need some bigger fencing than that. These ostriches, I would think, can get right over that. So we got room for 30. The question is, do we want to just simply go ahead and buy all 30? Or do we want to buy, say, 14 to 15, something like that, and then let nature take its course, as we are with some of the other animals that we are using for the slaughterhouse? I think let's go ahead and just buy all of them. Reason being, we're keeping these vets pretty busy, I think, already with our existing animals that are breeding. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and buy all of these. So let's go ahead and get that done. Again, if money was an issue, then obviously we could start out very small and take care of it that way. Here you can see, seriously, they're already being delivered. The beauty of... We must have Amazon Prime on these suckers. Because, yep, there they come. Deliveries are already starting. So now we need to determine food. So we'll want 4 of these. So we've got corn, sorghum, soya, linseed, and sunflower. Okay. All right, so not bad. Let's go ahead and choose corn and sorghum. Those should be fairly inexpensive, I would guess. You can see the food quality going up. And let's do linseed and sunflower. That'll get us full on quality. Okay, not bad. Now we need to go and buy some of that stuff. So let's go ahead and set up the other enclosure to be the same way. We'll wait for those eggs to be produced, and then I will need to set up an auto sell for the eggs. Otherwise, they will just simply sit in storage and earn us no money. But we'll wait for all that to get up and running. I see more animals being delivered. Let's take a look. That's a lot of ostrich in the back of these. That's a lot. You can see they're not being unloaded all that quickly if you're not on fast forward, which is exactly what I'm used to. All right, meanwhile, these guys are still busy working the fields over here. Looks like we need a little bit of field work done over here. Probably some sort of spraying on our grass, if I'm guessing. So remember, we only have 2 sets of equipment and 3 fields. So these guys will have to share maybe a little bit more than they would like. Let's see. Who is not working? He is... I think that's the one we're going to want to release, but we'll come back to that. because I see workers just getting started here. All right, let's, before I forget, so we need corn. And I tell you what, let's just do this under the trade. We've already got corn in here. We're at 3,000 now. Let's just go up to 5. We might not necessarily need that much, but again, we've got tons of storage, so I don't think it's going to be a big deal. Now, what about sorghum? Yeah, we've already got sorghum in here. Only 1,000. So let's go ahead and let's do 3. All right, so that will get us to 3,000 there. Linseed, I'm pretty sure we're not already buying. Okay, no, we're not buying that, so let's add that. All right, so linseed, we'll purchase that. We'll just keep, say, 1,000 on hand of that. I can't imagine we're going to need a whole lot of that. And then the last one was sunflower. I don't think we're already, no, apparently we are. So sunflower, I'm going to go ahead and go up to 5 grand on it. Again, I'm pretty sure that these numbers are going to be way too high for what we actually need. But, all right, let's see what's going on here. We're starting to get some food in here. These guys are workers. Yeah, there you go. You're starting to see some food being brought in. That's awesome. Take a little longer for the linseed since we weren't already keeping any of it in stock, but the rest should be good to go. Current food quality, meaning that they do have some food. All right, excellent. I see 3 of the 4 already in here. No sunflower here yet, which is why the current food quality is a little bit lower. Okay, I see eggs. Ostrich eggs. So let's go ahead and under trade, let's pull that up. No ostrich eggs. And there we go. So let's go ahead and sell. Oh, no, we don't want that. Sell above 0. All right, there we go. So now, just to satisfy my curiosity, is that the ostrich egg right there? Yes, it is. All right, so 38, almost 39 per egg. So not bad. Not bad at all. We'll take that. Again, you can see the price fluctuations. This is normal market behavior. Where the real issue comes in, like the demand. If we start to really overwhelm demand with a huge amount of supply, then these prices will start to tank a good bit. Like I said, I believe it's up to 40% decline in pricing. So you definitely don't want that. That you might still be able to make a profit, maybe, but it's of course not going to be anywhere near as much as it could have been had you balanced out your supply and demand, as they have to do in real life. Okay, everything appears to be good. I'm just keeping an eye out for making sure everybody's healthy, making sure everybody's got what they need. I am a little confused why we're not getting any sunflowers over here, but that's okay. We'll let that sort itself out. We do have our one person. Let's go ahead and release that person. And I don't think that, yeah, that didn't change anything. I just wanted to make sure. Okay, let's get back to some training. And in fact, let's go ahead and put this up on the max. Let's see, what is he waiting to do? You see the little icon here. There's some work that needs to be done. I'm guessing that's spraying that they want to do. Also, you notice it's giving us a growing time. So we're looking at about 100 days left. So that is, wow, a little over 3 months. So we're going to be dealing with this again in about July. That's going to be the harvest season for this, which means we might be able to get a second harvest in this year, maybe. We'll have to see. And part of that will depend on using fast forward while they're actually working, particularly to sow, because obviously fast forward while they're sowing might take a little longer. Who knows? But that's just a guess on my part. I saw 10 eggs come out of there. This time, wow, 89 eggs. 144 eggs. Yeah, we need some help here. In fact, our training that we were looking at doing, I think I know where I want to go now, if I can find it. So let's go ahead and scroll. Where is it at? So this is where we were. We were doing the increased durability, which is awesome. We'll come back to that. But there's something else I've seen down here that, of course, there's our poultry work. Unlocking at third building. We'll get to that eventually. Okay, infestations. Okay, I like that a lot. Increasing the harvest. We definitely like increasing various harvests. I must have missed it. Either that or maybe we've already done it. Yeah, maybe we have already done it. No, there it is right there. Accelerates cargo transport to and from the city. It allows you to transport different goods in one truck. I'm not exactly, because it says to and from the city. So I'm not exactly sure how that's going to work out. However, I do want to get to this just in case, because I like the idea of different goods in one truck. It may not help us at all, but I feel like it should. And there are a lot of eggs in here. I mean, that's like a lot. I would have thought our logistics would have enabled us to really keep up with the demand on that. But I'm not sure why that doesn't. Why these guys don't seem to be taking that. Who knows? Maybe there is something that, some box I need to check in order to make that happen. But for right now, okay, there we go. There's our spraying going on. You can see in the green here, we've got anti-fungus, insects, and weeds. So it looks like we've already done the fungus, and we're still waiting for spraying to be done on this field. What about over here? Yeah, we're waiting for insects on this particular field. Okay, not too bad. Now keep in mind that if we were growing organic over here, then there wouldn't be any of this spraying going on, or at least it shouldn't be. But it looks like, okay, so this guy is going to continue his spraying. Do we only have one sprayer? I bet that's it, because I know we've got multiple of those. Now, as far as a sprayer, do we have room for it? We've got one empty one here. I believe we definitely should. Yeah, we've got room for another one. So let's go ahead and let's see. Let me remind myself of which sprayer. Where is it? There it is. Okay, it's just called sprayer. That's nice and simple. So let's go to the sprayer. No used ones available. Not that we wanted one anyway. But you can see it's going to take care of all three types of spraying. So let's go ahead and buy one. And where do we want to put it is the real question. I don't guess it matters. You can see this one is empty. I apologize for the camera. It's doing that automatically. I'm not trying to move the camera. Let's see. So this one's empty. I think the sprayer only needs two. Let's scroll down a little bit. Yep, it's going to have to be that. Let's go ahead and do, can I do garage 10? Nope, we're going to need more than that, apparently. Okay, well, that's not going to work. All right, so once again, let's just do... All right, let's buy this and just put it in the garage. Only takes one? Okay, we should have been able to fit that somewhere. But for right now, it's really a non-issue. So we'll let it ride. And let's see if that triggers. All right, oh, looks like it is time for the harvest. You can see, yep, grass being cut into, or already has been cut. Now he's windrowing it. All right, nice. Now we've got some spraying going on. So now both tractors are being used. So I'm hoping that in the future we can get all of the spraying done that way. Okay, now he's going to come by and he's going to pick up all the grass, and that will end up being at least partially food for our animals. Some of the animals, such as the cows and I think goats for sure, are using that. But overall, hey, everything is actually going according to plan. We've got 69 days left in the growth cycle for the wheat. So you can see we're getting close to about halfway through the cycle, so not bad. That means that when we come back next time, we should be able to witness our very first harvest, and hopefully we can finally get these guys up and running. You can see they've got these warning icons above them letting us know they don't have any work to do. We've got workers sitting in here doing absolutely nothing, but we already knew that. That's certainly not a surprise. I must admit, I do like seeing all of our equipment working. So when I see both of our tractors busy working, you can see this guy's finishing up the spraying. Yeah, anytime I see all of our equipment being put to work, it's a good day. We're almost done with the training, which means when we come back next time, we'll be ready to start new training. That's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and stick around for more gameplay of Farm Manager 2021.